title at last. But can he defend it against Craig Doherty, the youngster from Scotland? He knows he can win, unless, of course, Pithy can show some consistency at last. Live then, Pithy's first defence of the Commonwealth Super Featherweight crown. Top of the bill from the York Hall Bethnal Green. There have been so many ups and downs in this roller coaster career of Pithy, but he's always had the talent, and even now he could make it big in what is a supremely competitive division. The only question is which Pithy shows up for work. Here's a man who knows better than most, because Spencer Oller has been helping to prepare Pithy for this job. Spencer, what about his state of mind coming into this fight?
His state of mind coming into this fight, Paul, I mean, I think he's mentally in condition. Dean Pithy, we know he is temperamental, and that's been his problem through his whole career, is his mental problem. He's physically, he can do it, and he's got all the talent in the world. But mentally, he's right now. He's at home, he's training at home with, you know, where he feels comfortable.
Do you feel that there has been a breakthrough by Pithy, even at this late stage in his career? Did you see it when you were working with him?
Yeah, I think that he's at a stage now, he's 29 years of age, he knows time isn't on his side, he's won this Commonwealth belt, and he now knows that this is his last chance.
And how important is it for him, Spencer, to actually make a mark as a champion?
Well, it is important because there's so many big fights out there. He's got the return with Gomez, he's got Kevin Lear, Alex Arthur, the up-and-coming kid. I mean, it really is a thriving weight division, and if Dean Pithy's mentally right, he could go in there with all of them.
Pithy has the experience aplenty in this fight, certainly. Craig Doherty, his opponent tonight at 23, has youth on his side. But Spencer, are there other reasons for Doherty to be confident here?
Well, I mean, Dean Pithy in the past, we've seen it in the past against the Thief Jelty, against Gary Thornhill. For whatever reasons, we've seen Dean Pithy fold under pressure, and it's been those left hooks to the body that have been the problem. Now, Craig Doherty's main asset is that left hook to the body, and this is what makes it such an interesting contest.
Fascinating top of the bill coming up here tonight. That's a little bit later on, but we start with another exciting fighter at light welterweight, Ted Bami. In this very ring at the York Hall in March, a one-round knockout of Andrei Deviatekin, which established him among the best light welterweights in the country. Has he excited you?
Yeah, I've seen Ted Bami on a number of occasions. He's had 13 fights, won 12, but the one he lost against Jack Belsky, I saw that contest and it was just down to inexperience. Ted Bami is dangerous. If you look at some of the names on his record, I mean, he really has beat some good boys. Francis Barrett, Bradley Price, he knocked out with just a couple of seconds to go. So if you look down the 13-fight career, they're all names. He hasn't had the easy route at all, and he is a very dangerous opponent.
Still only 25 years of age. The one thing that's been held against him at times, Spencer, is that he just doesn't work hard enough.
Well, that is the only thing that, you know, really lets him down. He is very, very lazy. But Ted Bami really falls into that category of the who needs him club. You know, he's that dangerous.
Thank you, Spencer. Well-regarded Hungarian Laszlo Herceg, the opponent here, and he's got a fine record himself. Let's get straight on with the action here. It's going to be a good night. Commentary team, Adam Smith and Jim Watt, and our Master of Ceremonies, John MacDonald.
Ladies and gentlemen, World Championship Boxing here at the legendary York Hall Bethnal Green. Would you please welcome to the ring, from Hungary, Laszlo Herceg.
Mystery man from Zexard on the banks of the wonderful Danube River, south of the beautiful city of Budapest. Laszlo Herceg, a long, long way from home and the comfort of the European circuit, but he is to be respected. 15 wins in 16 fights, an intercontinental title holder previously, and some say a hurtful puncher. These, Jim, are the trickiest ones to assess, aren't they?
Yeah, well, you don't know what to prepare for, but thanks, I'm sure Bami will have all the tools ready. This fella, the main worry here is we're wondering if it's more of a lightweight than a light welterweight, and if that is the case, he's going to find it really difficult to handle Bami's strength and his power. But I don't know much about him, but we'll be finding out quite soon.
Looks like he's got a very big reach. That's the first thing we can see as he gets into the ring, all cool and ready to take on Ted Bami.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the ring from Brixton, South London, it's Ted Bami!
Is he the sleeping giant of the jam-packed like welterweight division here in Britain? While Ricky Hatton, Junior Witter and Eamon McGee ply their trade at the higher level, opportunity knocks for the next big name. Ted Bami could just be that one. He's been matched hard and he's come through virtually unscathed. Certainly has the power, and Jim looks to be knuckling down now with added self-belief.
Yeah, I think there's a lot more confidence in his work now. He has an excellent coach now, James Cook looking after him. He's much cooler, he's thinking what he's doing, practicing technique, not just looking to bomb people out. But definitely a welcome addition to the light welterweight division.
Got a bit of a cult following too, Ted Bami. Starting to impress one or two in the boxing game. Confident character. Have a look at the 10 of the tape. Bami, a year younger at 25, to the height and reach advantage to the Hungarian, and both inside the 10-stone limit. Bami, 5 years a professional. Herzeg only turned in 2001, but he's had more fights, more rounds boxed. The bigger puncher, we think, is Bami, but we've heard Herzeg can bang a bit too.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening and welcome along to the legendary York Hall, Bethnal Green, for tonight's championship boxing, proudly presented by Barry Hearn for Ringside Boxing Promotions, in association with Prince Promotions and Matchroom Sport. All sponsored here by PokerMillion.com for a great game of online poker. And a very warm welcome to our viewers joining us live and exclusive here on Sky Sports and RTL Hungary. You've all joined us for the very best ringside seat in the business. Ladies and gentlemen, this is 12 rounds of boxing for the vacant WBF Light Welterweight Championship. President Jonathan Feld here at ringside with Supervisor Alex Papafield, our 3 scoring judges, all from England, Richie Davis, Roy Francis and Marcus McDonald. Timekeeper at the bell, appointed by the British Boxing Board of Control, is Michael McCann, and referee in charge of the action, from London, Mr. Mark Green. Ladies and gentlemen, they are the officials, and here are the contestants. And firstly, introducing to you, he's fighting out of the red corner, wearing the blue trunks trimmed with white. Weighing in at 9 stone, 13 1/4 pounds, 16 fight record, 15 wins, 7 inside the scheduled distance, and just 1 loss. He's from Hungary. Would you please welcome Laszlo Herzeg. And across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the white trunks trimmed with blue. Weighing in at 9 stone, 13 3/4 pounds, 13 fight record, 12 wins, 6 inside the scheduled distance, and just 1 loss. Would you please welcome from Brixton, South London, it's Ted Bami. Let's get the action underway. 12 rounds of boxing for the vacant WBF Light Welterweight Championship.
Okay, gentlemen, I spoke to you both in the dressing room. You know what I expect. Remember, you protect yourselves at all times. Shake hands, gentlemen. Good luck.
First 12-round fight for Brixton's Ted Bami. First little step up the ladder, and a vital night to grab this much-needed exposure. He and we know little about the Hungarian Laszlo Herzeg, but the travelling light welterweight has experienced. He's won more than Bami, and he may fancy getting this scalp on his already fairly impressive record. Ted Bami can hit, and he can hit early. So keep your eyes peeled. to learn a bit more about Bami, Jim?
Well, he has a clean-cut look about his face, so I don't think he's the type of fighter who wants to trade. He looks like he thinks it's more gracious to give than to receive. First look, he shapes up well, showing nice little feints already. Quite happy to lead off. So far, everything looks all right.
He's getting into the middle of the ring to work the body early. Herzeg. That long jab. If he can use it, maybe he can frustrate Bami. That's the overhand right that the crowd like to see from Bami. Dangerous is his nickname, and he certainly is that.
Well, the good news for Bami, Herzeg's quite happy to take the fight to him, so he's going to present some opportunities. He almost caught him with the right hand a couple of seconds ago. Yep, he's prepared to come forward. That's got to be good news for Bami.
Looking for the left uppercut too. Herzeg, who's only lost one in his career. So it's a test for Bami. He's come up the quiet way as he tries to get his own uppercut working, the man from South London. He's come looking for Bami straight away, hasn't he?
Yep, and that's certainly good news. He's prepared to take chances, which surprises me. I thought with Bami's reputation in boxing away from home, he'd maybe a little bit cagey, but that's not the case.
The criticism of Bami is that he can have lazy spells in a fight. Needs to be attentive at all times here. It's a man that has stopped 7 of his 15 victims.
Well, those were good, solid-looking shots from Herzeg, but not really too much clean landed in the first round here.
Bami covering up well. Not really found any gears yet. He's been backed up in his own corner. Couple of good body shots going in from Herzeg. He looks to have plenty of ambition, the 26-year-old Hungarian, and might have just picked that. Welcome back to the wonderful York Hall in Bethnal Green. There's Ted Bami and James Cook in his corner, former British and European super middleweight champion, and Jim, a good coach.
Yeah, definitely. Excellent boxer, James Cook, and he passes his tips on well. Bami maybe a little bit laid back in the first round there, but 12 rounds is a long time. So it's nice to get the job sorted out in your mind before you really get down to work, but doesn't want to let too many early rounds slip away.
For the vacant WBF light welterweight title, which was fought for on March the 8th. Gary Ryder losing his unbeaten record to the tricky Argentinian Pablo Sarmiento. But he's kept hold of his IBO belt. And there's another one to fight for here. Really a chance to have a good look at Ted Bami in fight number 14 against Laszlo Herzeg in the blue trunks with the pulled up socks. He's got the reach and looks to have some skills too.
Yeah, and a lot more aggression coming from Herzeg than we expected. He's prepared to put punches together. Bami's reaction is just a little bit behind the clock at the moment. Just has to sharpen things up a little bit.
Good left to the body. Speed from Hertzeg. And Bami's going to have to up the work rate, which has let him down a couple of times in the past. Got to stick with Hertzeg. Just waiting a little, Bami, isn't he?
I just don't think his timing's quite on yet. His reactions is just a little bit slow. He's just a little bit too late in getting the punches off. But this fellow is quick and he's throwing plenty of punches. I think he's maybe caught Bami by surprise. I think Bami's surprised he's so aggressive.
And he's come out so fast as well. But, it's better jab from Bami. He looks to back the pretty tough Hungarian up. One defeat was to Giuseppe Lowry, who was eaten up in this ring by Ricky Hatton and destroyed in Derby by Junior Witter. There was a strange ending to that fight. He was pulled out by his corner with some sort of injury. So hasn't really been knocked out. That was low. There was one that got in a bit earlier that was just straying beneath the belt, and Bami felt that one. And he's looking for the body shots, isn't he? Hertzeg to slow Bami down, but that was low. Yeah,
definitely was low. He throws him a little bit wide. So I think if Bami steps forward into the punch header, they're going to land low. But it definitely just says that was well below the belt. That was well low.
He extends that long arm to touch gloves, and Miles straight back in. This fiery Hungarian Laszlo Hertzeg, who has hardly taken a backward step.
So I think the trouble for Bami at the moment, Hertzeg's getting punches off and then nullifying the counters.
Thank you. Fantastic lineup next Saturday night from 10:30. The top of the bill, Floyd Mayweather against Victoriano Sosa for the WBC World Lightweight crown. That's live from Fresno in California. And championship action underway in Liverpool with Michael Jones, Paul Samuels for the Commonwealth and vacant British light middleweight titles. 10:30 Sky Sports 1.
Fantastic night to look forward to next weekend. Here we have Dean Pithie defending his Commonwealth Super Featherweight title against the Scot Craig Doherty coming up. But first, Ted Bami's got one or two problems to unravel here in a slow, laboured start against this quick Hungarian, Laszlo Hertzeg, and that seems to have woken Bami up.
Yeah, I'd imagine he's taking a little bit of stick in the corner, Bami, because he has to... If his counters aren't working, he's just taking a right-hand shot, walked right onto one. If the counters aren't working, then you want to start leading off. I think the longer this fight goes, the more it will suit Bami. The pace will settle down slightly, but you don't want to lose too many of the early rounds.
He is heavy-handed, Ted Bami. He broke the unbeaten record of the Welshman from the Calzaghe gym, Bradley Price, at the Cardiff Castle last summer. That really got him noticed, but this Laszlo Hertzeg is just throwing all sorts of punches. Head, body. This is good work from the Hungarian, and Bami has got a lot to think about here.
See, Hertzeg, he's got a good technique of getting his own punches off and then not allowing Bami any leverage for his own shots. He looks a little bit awkward up close, Hertzeg, but he knows exactly what he's doing. He's stopping Bami working.
The question is, will the storm blow itself out? Can Hertzeg keep up this pressure, this pace? He hasn't let Bami settle. The Brixton man has never got in a rhythm, and he needs to fast.
Yeah, but I think he wants that. That's better from Bami. He wants to start backing this fellow up. This fellow is effective coming forward, but his upward style can be effective. Got to push him back.
Both landing with uppercuts on the inside. Intriguing fight here for the 25-year-old Ted Bami. Herzeg come with plenty of self-belief. Close the distance down. Bami negate the jab and raking shots of Herzeg.
But Bami mustn't become frustrated. He doesn't want to use up a lot of steam here, throwing big shots that are not landing. He just has to take his time, just chisel away at this fellow. Doesn't want to start getting frustrated and doing silly things.
It's a difficult road for Ted Bami. And he's just putting his arm up there because the gum shield's come out of Herzeg. Not like that at all. And referee Mark Green just gets the problem sorted out. Strange that. I think he's used to different rules in Hungary. He's doing well here though.
Breaking him up now, yeah? Keep working to the body. Yeah, right, you're breaking him up. Just go in there and keep working like that. So you keep doing what you're doing, nice movement, stay tight, just in case I'm knocking on the elbow. Yeah? Breaking him up, son, yeah? Nothing all up. Keep working to the body. Okay, Ted, we need to work to the body when we're here. We're not chopping to the body.
Interesting fight in the light welterweight division. Ted Bami just coming back into it, Jim, or has he still got trouble in there?
Yeah, well, I couldn't split them in that round. Maybe more punches coming from Herzeg, but the quality punches coming from Bami. But the best I could do was give him a share of that round.
Here's the fourth round. It's the white trunks and white boots of the man who was originally born in Zaire, now built out of Brixton, South London. Ted Bami Misendi, real name. Ted Bami in British boxing now. Up against the awkward and decent Hungarian Laszlo Herzeg, who's stepping up in class himself here. And so far, when he's backed Bami up, has looked razor sharp. Will it all start to swing the other way, though?
Well, you have to expect that the more the pace slows, the more effective Bami's going to be. He's not really doing enough. He's stalking at the moment, but not really pressurising. You want to pressurise this fellow, get him under control.
So he's thrown far more punches, Herzeg, and really testing Ted Bami. What's Bami got? We call him the danger man or the sleeping giant of this division. Got some good wins. That's a good right hand, and Herzeg felt that, and he has to hold on. Well, there's the power in the Bami arsenal as he looks for the uppercut, and another left hand on the inside was a classy shot from Ted Bami. Now will Herzeg come forward?
See, Bami wants to put them out in 2s and 3s. Single shots are not really working. This fellow's off. Well, that's it. Let the punches flow a little bit more.
Doubling up, hook uppercut, and the left hand starting to relax. Ted Bami, and the combinations beginning finally to flow after a really lackluster start.
Herzeg looking to clutch now. He wants to slow the pace down. This is far better from Bami. He has to decide what the pace is going to be. Raise it, drop it, and get into control of things here.
This is the round that Laszlo Herzeg had his biggest win, knocking out Michele Deli Paoli fancied Italian. He was due to fight for a world title. That wasn't a lightweight. Back in October of last year. Can he deal with the Bami work and shots?
A little bit dangerous with his head, Herzog, as well. He leaves it in clinches, and I think he wouldn't be too upset if he drew Bami onto his forehead.
Let's join a man who ended his career in the light welterweight division, the